Yo, Rap Life Review, we here. Eddie in LA, Low's right here. I'm Ebro. What's going on? We got new music. We got a lot to talk about. Man, we got to salute Rod Wave, another #1 album. He's had, just for those keeping score at home, Rod Wave has had a platinum album every year since 2019.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's something that's notable. Also, GloRilla with a phenomenal body of work.
Crazy.
BigXthaPlug, who I got to sit with. That interview's coming soon. And then there's some singles that dropped too. Wait, hold up.
Right, bro.
The Dej Loaf album caught me slipping.
I ain't checked that out. What's it sound like?
I ain't listened to it. I just heard that it dropped.
Oh, you made it seem like.
Yeah, I thought it was some fire.
No, Dej Loaf been gone for how long?
No, I get it.
Dej Loaf putting out an album is a headline to itself.
Yeah, no, just the way you set it up, I thought you caught it randomly. It was
no,
just
it caught me slipping. Like I didn't know a Dej Loaf album was coming out.
Okay.
It's been how long since we got a Dej Loaf album?
At least several years.
Yeah, so it caught me slipping. I didn't expect it.
I mean, I
didn't have that on my 2024 bingo card.
I didn't either, but congratulations on that.
And you anticipated a Dej Loaf album?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It was a busy week. We got not only did we have the bangers you just talked about, Rod Wave, GloRilla, BigXthaPlug, that are all great albums. I live in LA, dog.
Yeah.
Dom Kennedy dropped.
Damn, we just talked about bro.
Yo, LA was all the windows was down. Dom Kennedy was ringing off.
We just talked about this.
I'm a Dom Kennedy fanatic. I'm not picking the album. I'm just saying the album came out. We're talking about albums that came out. You still got it.
I can't pick it from mine.
Yeah, you can.
Listen, Lowkey, not you the person, Lowkey in general, this was a phenomenal week for hip-hop album releases.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
It was great because I know we're going to talk about it. That Rod Wave, for a certain group of people, that goes crazy. The GloRilla album, I'm gonna just tease it right now. We'll talk about it. Wow. BigXthaPlug is my favorite young rapper right now. Like, here's what I'm saying right now, bro.
Right.
If you got a blueprint and you a man, because we already know the women are kind of killing rap right now, get Tony Cole and Bandplay on the phone. They're the producers that were making the beats for the majority of those albums.
Yo, and they're in his camp, though.
Well, Bandplay does a lot of stuff for the Memphis rappers, too. Like, he did a lot of stuff with, like, Key Glock and Young Dolphin stuff.
Them is the guy. Yo, them beats on that BigXthaPlug.
Yeah.
Get them on the I got one issue with BigXthaPlug's album. Bruh, don't stop giving me these 2-minute songs. The beats go too crazy.
That's what everybody though. Like you can't just.
So
that's a lot of motherfuckers.
If we're doing critiques, when I sat with BigXthaPlug, we talked about. He's new to the game. He's only really been he's an ex-football player who started rapping because his boy was rapping, who's in his crew.
Straight out Dallas.
And there's a couple of songs on the album where I hear him try different styles that I like.
Okay.
I think because he's a new artist, even though he's got a few tapes out, he needs to diversify his styles. Like, he's got a great voice. He's got a unique sound. Nobody don't sound like him. He's a great storyteller.
Dope
Beats
flow.
are phenomenal. All of that
So he's growing.
Yeah, he's growing. We're watching him grow in real time. And he's a good dude, and he wants to work hard.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
It's going to go good for him. Matter of fact, I just got approval, right? We're good? My BigXthaPlug interview about this new album drops this Friday. Here's an actual clip from the interview. I could tell that rapping is something that you love, but it's also something that's kind of new for you.
Yeah.
And how new is rapping for you?
I've been doing it 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how much a unique voice and a sound and a look could take you and cut through, because there's a lot of shit that look the same and sound the same.
Yeah, not for sure.
Is this something you want to do long term? Is rap is this your new love outside of football?
My new love is my kids, man. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to provide for my kids. So if rap starts to die out and I gotta go make movies, that's what I'm gonna do.
We're gonna get that.
If I gotta dumb it down and just own a trucking company, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Like whatever I gotta do for my kids is what I'm gonna do. I never wanted to be a rapper. Like I said, I was a football player before this. And I had started to lose the love for that just because it was getting so serious. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just my kids. My kids is what drives me. That's the reason when I'm tired, I get up every day. When I don't want to get up, that's the
beautiful.
reason. So,
listen, that's dad life. Before we'll come back around the Rod Wave, we gotta dig in a little bit there. Let's do the numbers thing. People love the numbers thing.
What's the numbers thing?
The numbers thing. Not like us.
Oh.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
The #1 song longest running hip hop song, some shit.
Overtakes Old Town Road.
Yeah. The longest running on the charts in 35 years.
Only 3 rap hip hop records currently in the top 40 on the Hot 100. Kendrick, GloRilla, and Future. And it's currently number 14 on the Apple Music charts.
So that Not Like Us thing really paid off.
It's gonna leak like we've been talking about for the last 4 or 5 months. It's gonna leak right into the Super Bowl. It's gonna leak right into the Grammys.
Let's look at this from a bird's eye view for a moment, because I think we're so in the whole Kendrick Drake. We're still in the beef. Like all that started happening in March, and we're only a few months later. So we're still, but we have to contextualize what we're saying right now. This is bigger than just what we said. What does this mean for that song for Kendrick? Because when you're talking about the number 1 longest hot rap song ever in the last 35 years, Old Town Road was just a whole nother movement or whatever. Right. What does this mean in the grand scope of hip hop, of Kendrick, of the beef? Because this is a diss song that is the longest running number 1 song. People are playing it in bands.
It means,
yeah, what does this mean?
It means, oh man, damn. That's fucking means, man. It means shit. It'll live on in infamy like no other beef record.
Yeah.
It means, you know, y'all played around and woke a motherfucking
monster.
Sleeping giant. Well, and by the way, this helps me go into J. Cole Port Antonio record, which I think J. Cole, great job, phenomenal record, big fan. You know, you're being the truest form of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, J. Cole at many times in his career has been self-reflective all the way back to Let Nas Down. You know what I'm saying? Where he's self-reflective and he takes the criticism from
always has his hat in his hand and always very, very apologetic.
Yeah, but he's being him, he's being pure, right? And so he puts out this record. Now, I love the record, but I have some discrepancies.
And what are those?
When he was like, I would have won the battle.
He lost me there.
Nah, bro.
He lost me
Blow
there.
the whistle. Flag on the play.
He lost me there.
We could have left that out.
He lost
Time
me
out.
I would have won. I would have lost a friend. I would have gained. It's like, bro.
There was other ways.
Like,
There was other ways to say that, because I heard from some J. Cole fans who was basically like, nah, what he was trying to say was, you know, friendship was more important to him than a battle and all that. If that's what you was trying to say
it.
You could have said that. You on purpose.
Yeah. You
said that in a way that would provoke individuals.
All of us.
To be like, nah.
Redo the play.
You can't do that.
Redo the play. Shot clock violation.
Another discrepancy I have about some elements of the song is J. Cole tries to make it sound like it was us, the hip-hop fans, that propagated this beef and this conflict.
When in actuality,
we found out after the fact, bro.
Yeah, like this.
Y'all put out first person shooter. Nobody was even thinking there was a problem.
No one blinked.
Y'all knew when you put out first person shooter
there was going to be a problem.
Because the guy that got asked to be on the record told y'all either or he never got back to you. So clearly
there was a problem.
There was a problem that y'all 3 knew about. And all of y'all crew.
And all they did was they involved us in the group chat.
Wait. Is that known at this point? Like,
Yes. This is common knowledge now.
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
mean,
so
I knew that.
We didn't have, all we was doing was responding to y'all. And I was offended, Cole. As a fan of hip-hop, like, look, because there's been many times that hip-hop fans have propagated beef between rappers.
Yeah.
We were literally
just enjoying the moment.
No. We were in the dark.
No, I'm just saying we were enjoying the record.
Yes, first person shooter had been out how many months even before we heard Like That?
Yeah, not for a minute.
That wasn't like first person shooter and then Like That came out. That was months.
that
first
gap.
person
Yeah,
shooter
the gap
went
was
to number 1.
Yeah,
we was like big as the Super Bowl. Yeah,
the video came out. We loved the video. Everything.
When Like That came out and we was like, oh shit, it's beef in the streets. People did a forensics study to go all the way back to 2013 to now track how many times Drake and Kendrick had taken shots. Nobody thought about like Humble as a diss to fucking Drake. We wasn't thinking about that at the time.
But we knew once that
we knew they didn't like each other.
I think it's a little.
Or they were competitive.
They were specifically competitive with each other. We knew that was a thing, right? And when all this started to happen, I would tell some of my homies that, I chill with them, like, yo, you have to really go back and trail these like little snippets of jabs and subliminals. Like that shit is there. A lot of people were like, what? I'm like, yeah, I've been beefing since the blog era. Like this has been a thing. And this is what we've been waiting for as it's been leading up to this point. So when first person shooter comes, we're like, okay, all right, yeah, we see what this is, we see what this is. And then like that comes, and he mentions first person shooter, we're like, okay, hold on. Did we miss something? And then the big 3 line, then it's like, okay, it's Armageddon.
So that's part 2 discrepancy. Don't try to act like we as fans, now, did we get in the weeds on it and was we having fun with it? The fuck else y'all thought we was gonna do in rap, bro?
And just sit there, twiddle our thumbs and be like,
no,
okay.
Oh no.
Nah, we want to know. We want to dig deep. And we want to
never happened, man.
We gonna dig deep and we gonna.
No, this is too personal. We have no comment at this time. What the fuck is going on, man? It's not happening, dog. Then in the song called, you act like everybody did it for the clicks.
You did 7-minute drill.
Not only that, you put this song up where people click on Instagram, doggy.
That's how you. That's
You
how
literally did it for the clicks.
That's how we got to it because we clicked play. Like if you want to be competitive, there's nothing wrong with that. I think Cole's very, very competitive.
No, I love Cole.
I
man.
love
That's
Cole.
not what we're saying.
Yeah, no,
the
I
song
understand
is great.
it.
The beat is great. Even I respect him coming out like, yo, let me tell my end of the story or my side of the story.
But didn't we hear this side of it?
No, not in song.
Not like this though. Not like this. Not like
I
this.
also want to add to the convo. We had stopped talking about pretty much the beef. This brings it back.
It kind of did die down. Like we kind of just like moved on from it. Like
Well, yeah, because we had all got to the point where we was like, yeah, okay,
enough.
not like us.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
all right.
Like I get it. It's moving on to the next.
Yeah.
Here come Cole.
And another thing, like, bro, all right.
Yo.
Like we was good.
Nah, I'm back in it now.
Yo.
Now we back invested.
We back.
Now
We
we
are
back
broadcasting live again from the conflict zone.
Can we be honest? Can we be honest about this whole thing?
What?
Me personally, I know who I am. I'm a messy person, right? I'm messy. Back in high school, if 2 friends were about to fight, I kind of wanted to see it. Like, I like both people, but I'm like, yo, they about to fight. Like, I want to see who wins.
Right.
So this is kind of like with this. I like Drake. I like Kendrick. I like J. Cole.
Right.
But I wanted to see them fight because I'm messy like that. So they fought. They did their thing. We crowned a winner. We were like, yay, look
You're
at our
leaving
winner.
something out here, Eddie.
Oh, fill me in. What?
2 dudes was lining up to fight.
Oh, yeah. This is, yeah.
And then some cats in the crowd was like, yo, let me get a kick in. Let me get a punch in. Drake was getting jumped.
He was getting jumped.
For a second.
Drake was getting jumped.
For a second.
He was. No,
when
not for a
Drake
second.
was
He
getting jumped, Cole was like, man, I don't want to be a part of this. If your friend is getting jumped,
You're supposed to.
you should have hung in there for a
You're
second.
supposed to hang in there with him.
For a second,
But no,
at least
wait.
to back up the other dudes.
No, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Because your friend's getting jumped by other friends, according to the song, according to his own words. Your friend's getting jumped by other friends. That's where you're like, hey, guys, come on, now separate. And I guess in a way, that's kind of what
Or
J. Cole
that's
did.
fucked up. Somebody at least get a headlock and a body slam. Somebody
And in a way,
get
that's-
something, a full Nelson, like, yo, nah, that's weak. Something, say something.
He did it. So J. Cole, he got out. He was like, I'm out. The fight was done. And then J. Cole comes up. He comes running back. Hey, y'all, so here's the thing.
Here's why I ran.
I would have won.
And
but,
so, boom, that takes me to my next discrepancy in the song.
Okay.
There's a part of the song where J. Cole starts to give Drake advice on what he should do next. And I was like, come on, man.
So I would have won, but here's what y'all need to
Here's
do.
what you should have done. When they was coming with the haymaker, you should have.
You should have
And what
ran.
you do now is what you
It's like
do now.
we 4 months in. Like, what is your advice gonna do for me right now?
So
my back is already kicked in.
But that is honestly, if we're being honest, that is like 3 smidgens of the totality of the record, right? Most of the record, I think, is Cole giving his point of view, which I think is valid. right?
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
You know, we can crack all the jokes and do all the shit, but you know, I still, it's tough. It's gonna be a tough way back. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good
For Cole,
song.
It's gonna listen. Even Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who got a problem with him announcing that he's putting out the Party Next Door collabo. And cats is like, where are we going? So we just going.
I mean, but that was a plan before all this shit had started anyway.
It was.
Sure,
It
but
was.
something happened, and people do change their schedules based on events, current events. I'm not saying I'm disappointed by the Party Next Door move because I think they've made phenomenal records for years.
And that
So
kind of
it's gonna be great music.
it kind of takes the attention away from the obvious situation if we're being frank about it, because that's, you know, him and Party make great records. You know, they have great chemistry. This will take all that bullshit, all the Cole shit, all the Kendrick shit off
Now
of
that
him
people keep talking about it.
and rapping about it.
On the numbers thing, shout to Nicki Minaj. Pink Friday 2 extends its record as the highest grossing and best-selling tour by a female rapper in history, grossing over $100 million, $108.8 million, 70 shows.
Yeah.
It's the 4th highest selling hip-hop tour of all time.
Yeah.
Drake's It's All a Blur tour recently extended its record as the highest grossing rap tour in history, grossing $320.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, big up.
Wow, too.
Like, the numbers don't lie. Like,
People-
regardless of how we feel about
they
them,
got fans, bro.
they got cult-like
And they
fans.
put in work
Yeah.
over an extended period of time.
Over the
By
last
way,
15
for you
years.
artists out there consistently over an extended period of time, because that's the other part, to be consistent.
That's one thing Nicki and Drake were. They were very, very consistent. No matter how you felt about their music, how you felt about them as people, they were very consistent for their purpose. So you got to give respect to them.
And the fact that they came out of the same camp, dog, like, bro, historic shit between them two.
That's a nod.
Literally.
That's a nod to Wayne, Baby,
Wayne.
Slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
All
mean?
that.
Tez.
Now, back to Rod Wave. Rod Wave has the #1 song in rap right now.
Okay.
In our group chat, Eddie,
Yeah.
you and Lo were discussing whether or not Rod Wave was rap.
The reason why I brought that up is because it was the discussion we were having last week with Tommy Richmond and how the lines are blurred nowadays between what is influenced by hip hop culture and what is actually rap music.
Right.
And no one seems to be able to differentiate between the two, because if you look at Apple Music, you look at Rod Wave's album, he is listed as a rapper. It says rap. Rod Wave is never rapping. He's singing. Now, the beats, it's clearly influenced by hip hop. You guys like Lil Yachty on the album, Lil Baby on the album. If
Yeah.
you want to say hip hop beats, he has hip hop beats. But at what point do we decide this is rap, or this is R&B, or this is something else? So I'm just merely asking the question because we had this
Is there
Richmond.
is there a new thing we got to coin, or a new term we got to coin for people like Tommy,
Well,
or
they was
people like
calling it melodic rap. They was calling it, like
rap sung?
Because, you have the A Boogies, you have the P&B Rocks, right? Even T-Pain was a rapper first.
Rapper turned
He
singer.
could
That's the name of the
really
album.
sing, for real. But then when you flash all the way back and you go back to somebody like Domino, remember
the Ghetto Jam
is about to slam and I'm
So it's like melodic.
Metal
Yeah, so like that's
95.
so that's melodic rap.
I'm assuming that's where it's at, because R&B heads will be like, it's not singing. They're just melodically rapping.
So then I guess that's the term that Rod Wave is,
Right.
or P&B Rock. This is melodic rap.
Right.
Okay.
That's, I think, how
I'm cool with that. But because what Rob is doing, that's not rap.
And it's very, and
Like,
not only that,
very, very clear.
But we all
and
agree,
distinctive.
but it is hip hop though.
it's
Because there have been
Yeah,
singers in hip. Farside would sing.
Right.
Yeah. CeeLo, like that
CeeLo,
goes back.
CeeLo,
Yeah, that goes
Lauren,
back. Lauren Hill.
yeah.
right?
Missy,
But
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg, Akon.
Yeah. So
But I think it is
that's
time-
hip hop.
I think it's time that we start to differentiate and figure it out, because this is like a whole new subgenre at this point. Like
That's what I was
and
saying.
Also too,
Well,
and
no,
also
it's
too,
not. Well, it's a subgenre, yes. New, no.
But also with Rod, it's not just that he's influenced by hip hop. If you listen to his songs, you actually listen to the structure of it is almost like country.
Well, no, it's
people
blues.
call
It's blues.
That's
there
a
you go.
sad
That's a
motherfucker.
better term.
It's blues.
That's a sad
blues-
motherfucker, bro.
It's blues music.
Yeah.
The way it's written,
wait, hold
the
up,
way
man.
it's
This guy, man. What's wrong with this guy, man? Bro is pouring his heart out about his life, bro.
Sad motherfucker.
Well, but that's
bro.
why. But time out. That's why he connects to so many people.
No,
Because-
yeah, I know.
Now, I have never personally met someone who's like, yo, Rod Wave is that shit. But clearly there's a lot of y'all out there, and I want to see you in the comments because they're at the shows.
Yep.
They're streaming the albums.
They're talking about
like
it.
They're talking about it on social media.
There's a sector of the world, like I always say with specific things, there's a sector of the world that really, really, really gravitates towards Rod Wave. This man's concerts always sell out.
Yeah, no, it's a real
all
thing,
25
bro.
of his songs were the Apple Music charts this weekend when he dropped the album. So like there's somebody out there that likes his
a lot
sad
of
shit.
people. It's not a somebody. It's a lot of
Somebody's.
people. And big up to Rod Wave too, because I think the other part of it is he's being himself.
Yeah.
He's being authentically himself, which I think needs to be celebrated, right? Like we always talk about people being frauds and cap and telling
Yeah.
And from what I could tell,
This is who he is
he's
naturally.
So when you say something like, "Oh, it's a sad motherfucker,"
I mean, like, two things can be true. Yeah,
I hear you. I hear you. But I also applaud somebody who is in touch at that level and willing to pour their heart out for their fans in many ways.
I respect it. Yeah, I respect it.
When you get to like his album in 2023, Nostalgia, I think was the name of it. You start to see him going on vacations and shit. That's when he started making records like Turks and Caicos and shit. He wasn't sad on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I talked to Rod when he dropped that
money
album.
out here. This shit's different.
Rod
something
said
must
it. He was
happen.
like, yo, people always think I'm sad. I'm happy. Like, I'm in a very, very happy place. But it goes to, and I think music is spiritual. And, like, there's a way you could connect with people. And a lot of us connect with artists because they can convey emotion through words and through music that we can't connect to on our own. And, like, we all need to go to fucking therapy. That's what we really need to do. But people like Rod Wave become our therapists through their words. So shout out to the homie because he's been able to consistently do this for some time now. Yeah. And there's going to be different conversations that are going to be had about where he stands historically. But let's not have that now. Right now, it's to congratulate him for everything he's done.
Nice.
So yeah, shout out to Rod Wave, another #1 album, and let's see if it has the staying power like the last ones, because the last ones dominate. They stay around for a long time, and people are really listening to his music. Before we bounce, you guys want to go through the YouTube comments?
What we got here?
Hey, well, let me shout out that GloRilla album one more time, though, just cause it's a great album, guys. Listen to GloRilla. Apparently,
You like that? You like that? The Maverick City Music Kirk Franklin joint?
I like it. Listen, man, if your name is Glorious, if your name is Gloria Hallelujah, that is your government name. Look, this is something rappers used to do all the time. It's like give us like one little gospel album, or R&B artists used to do this all the time. Shout out to her, man, because the whole album is absolutely phenomenal, bro. Like, and
sending a positive message as well.
That's what it's about. It's like a woman empowerment album, but you know, it's also it gets a little grimy. She got the track with Boss Man D-Lo, the song with her and Meg Thee Stallion's fire.
The joint with the Wipe Me Down sample.
The Wipe Me Down sample goes
that
crazy.
Shit is stupid. I heard that shit outside this weekend. Man, oh man.
Get yours off, Lo, because you've been screaming about Gloria Hallelujah from a long time, so I want to let you get your moment on it.
Nah, I mean, like, it's nothing to get off. Like, she has a proven track record. I remember, like, when...
I put him on to it. He lying.
Nah, shut up. No, he didn't.
Shut up, please. Shut the fuck up.
I was there. I was there with F and F. I was there before.
Everybody. I wasn't.
No, not the F and F. Not F and F. The other record before that. I forgot the name.
F and F.
It was another record before F and F that she was on. She had like two verses on.
I don't even remember.
I don't, but it wasn't F and F. Anyway,
she's a superstar.
All right.
She's a superstar.
All right.
Man, we're not. She's a superstar. She's deserving of it.
For sure.
And I remember like somebody tweeted like, "Yo, she fell off." She pinned that tweet to the top of her profile, and looked at that shit every day, and came up with hit after hit after hit after hit, and then gave us this shit. So yeah, resilience, consistency, and belief. Shout out to GloRilla.
So people really loved y'all arguing last week, it seems. Shout to Aunt Gal 9467. Big barbershop energy. If you don't get loud, how you gonna get your point across?
Literally. Like I can't be quiet.
So Love Legacy 500 says, bro, the arguments gotta stay off camera, especially because Ebro loving it too much.
Yeah, Ebro was loving it. You speaking to people that like the homies fighting, you definitely one of the people that like the homies fighting.
No, I was like,
because like he'll never stop us. No. Like he'll just
I won't let y'all get jumped though.
No J. Cole?
Yeah, I won't let y'all get jumped. Someone else, y'all started hype. I like that. Barbershop feel.
Yeah.
They turned on me though.
Speaking of Cole, there were some Cole comments. So Cole will be held accountable for everything he says with his pen. For the fact all eyes on him at the moment tells you how impactful he is. He's absolutely impactful.
That was never the conversation.
I don't think that was ever up for debate.
Yeah, but he's going to be held accountable for the claims that he makes on these records moving forward, especially when you backed out of a battle and you apologized mid-battle and then apologized again and then said what you would have said. So, yes, your pen is going to be held accountable. It's not to the fact of, like, his skill set. We know the skill set is there. It's pure. It's never going nowhere. But the claims that you're going to be making moving forward after we saw this play out in real time, that's going to be the interesting point of how we perceive him as just a rapper.
You know what he kind of fucked up?
Moments.
You know how he fucked up too? Hey man, he should have never named that album Might Delete Later. In hindsight, that was a terrible name for that album, bro.
But maybe that was the whole point. Maybe that was the whole
you think that was a setup from the jump?
Yeah. Listen, stop acting like these people don't know what they doing, man. They know what they doing, bro.
I might
he might have did that might have been the whole play. Remember, I'm gonna say it again. We didn't even know that these people was about to do this. How about this? The story goes that Schoolboy Q called J. Cole like, nah, bro, you might want to sit this one out.
Yeah.
Which means they all knew. We didn't know.
You know who won't let you get jumped? Schoolboy Q.
Fact. Schoolboy Q looked out for the homie, was like, nah, dog.
Pulled him to the side like, nah, you don't want to do this.
Nasty,
you don't want
bro.
to do this.
Chill.
Cole still did it.
No, I thought Q called
Nah, it was after.
I mean,
It was
but
after.
like he still was trying.
It was too late. It was too late.
Yeah,
He was like, all right, man,
but at that point it was like, all right,
yeah, all right.
you already said what you said.
Yo, after all that, we gonna do something we like called The New. And the new record I want to shout out is J. Cole's Port Antonio, because that shit's fire.
After all that, it's fire. Okay, all right.
Nah, but am I lying though?
No, you're not.
All these things can be true.
Eddie mentioned it earlier, but I'm going with Dom Kennedy's album. We ain't heard from Dom in a minute. So his new album, Class of 95, just go stream that. If you're a big Dom Kennedy fan, these are the old Dom vibes. Like, Eddie, you can speak to that.
Yeah, specifically, listen to Baby James Intermission, like one of my favorite songs on there. I'm gonna pick a song though because another one of my favorites. I've been saying it, bro. That Texas flow is one of the best flows in music right now. They don't miss. We already talked about BigXthaPlug earlier. That Mexican OT came back with another banger. This one with Maxo Cream and Lil Kiki. It's called War Rooms Gas.
Oh, speaking of Maxo Cream, that Tyler the Creator Maxo Cream.
Yo, that record?
Bow. That shit is.
Yeah, that record is stupid. That's like old Pharrell, Neptune.
What's it, crack era?
And shit like
crack era.
That shit is hard.
That's a record.
Yeah, that shit is hard.
Let's do it right.
Rap Life Review, Eddie. Low, I'm Ebro. We'll see y'all next week, man.
What's good, Nadeska here. If you made it through that entire episode of the Rap Life Review, that means you're really a fan. Hit that like button so we know it's real. Subscribe if you never want to miss an episode. And of course, if you really have something to say, drop a comment and we'll hit you back on next week's episode.